Hello, and welcome to another AVRE unit of the week. And today we are taking a look at AVRE available to the 15th Scottish Infantry Division. So, with the upcoming D-Day landings and eventual invasion of France and Germany, the British realised that, hey, there's probably going to be a lot of fortified positions along the way. Yeah, we need to blow up, and we need an effective tank to just blow up these positions easy peasy like. Fortunately, the British had a Churchill tank, which was a slow, heavily armoured vehicle that could do the job, but it needed a bigger gun and more armour. So they gave it a bigger gun and more armour, and that is the assault vehicle of the Royal Engineer version of the Churchill. They increased the armour of it by quite a bit. The old Mark III and IV Churchills didn't exactly have all too much. This isn't like the later Mark VIIs, which actually had a good amount of armour. And they up-armed it by a lot too. A 290mm Spigot mortar. It shot pretty much a 40-pound dustbin from 100 to 150 meters usually. To put it in perspective, the Sherman HE cell only weighed 15 pounds, and in the dustbin, out of 40 of those pounds, 28 of them are just high explosives. So in scientific terms, it made a big kaboom. Though the big downside here is you have to hand load the round from outside the tank. So it desires a whole lot of system where the co-driver would sort of peek out and put the round in. It required a bit of construction as well. So even though it took a long time to reload and wasn't the best in terms of combat situation, it made bunkers and other fortified positions disappear. They'd made somewhere between 600 to 800 of these vehicles, which is a pretty decent amount for a rather specialised role, and they'd make other variations of the AVRE, such as add in bridge lane devices or mine clearing devices on the front too, so it's a very universal vehicle in that regard. In game, the AVRE is a 150 point support tank available during A and B for the Scotch and C phase for the Special Service Brigade, and it has two weapons available to it. So of course we got that 290mm Spigot dustbin launcher. It's not accurate, it's slow firing, and it has poor range, but it does 30 HE damage and 40 meter ARE. Big kaboom, very big kaboom, and knowing how the stats are in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually does more damage than is actually advertised. And then we got two machine guns for shooting down infantry that may get a little bit too close while you're reloading. Pop down to miscellaneous stats. It's got 15 frontal armor, 10 at side, 7 at back, and it is an enclosed vehicle. Very bad stealth, a speed of 15 kilometers off-road and 53 kilometers on the road, and very low optics capability. In battle, the Churchill AVRE is a pretty nice little, rather big support tank that you can get. For the Scotch, it's lovely because you can get it out in the early game, and for the Commando Brigade, I wouldn't say it is as useful because by the time you get to C phase, I would recommend using your money and try to get crocodiles out because you want to have actual tanks on the field, not support tanks that have short range. But for the Scotch show, because you can get this in A phase, it's bloody important because there's not really many German divisions that can bring out dedicated anti-tank guns to blow this thing up frontally in A phase. So you pretty much have free reign to do what you want just as long as you're not too silly, and it can defend a side very effectively by itself. The main problem is getting into range of enemy units because you do have that 600 meter range. Thank God you don't have a real range of 100 or 200 meters because this would be pretty much unusable. But when you do manage to get in close to either an enemy infantry unit or an enemy tank, you just kind of make them disappear because you got 30 HE damage. It makes a big boom, essentially, and that big boom is very bloody powerful. It's great for dealing with in-place positions when attacking towns or forests or tree lines or whatever you need to attack with. Just getting it close enough is the hard part, and also because it is a slow unit, it does take a little bit of time to get to the front line. So overall, it's a good support tank to get. It is the second most heavily armoured allied tank you can get, behind the Jumbo, so it does have that going for it, and it can tank shots pretty effectively. Just like I said before, the range part is really what hurts his vehicle the most. But highly recommend getting this in A phase for the Scotch. It really makes a big difference, because having that armor on the field helps substantially. And I'm going to shut up and leave it at that. This has been another Rain Rouge of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.